You're listening to Animated Opinions, the podcast with incredibly terrible luck. To preface this episode, a very special episode with guest Josh from the Angry Birds Drink Piss and the Angry Birds Movie podcast. I recommend you go and listen to his podcast. It's fantastic, by the way. We wanted to let you know that despite the fact that we've recorded this podcast 2 separate times now, it did not come out as intended. It's a good episode. We get real heated about a lot of funny things, but the audio quality is not up to par. However, with that in mind, it's a funny episode. Josh is there. It's great. The Angry Birds Drink Pee. It's got all the things you want out of an Animated Opinions. Highly recommend you listen to it anyway, but we understand if you don't want to.
You're listening to Animated Opinions, the only podcast where our piss is filtered and fresh straight into your ears. I'm Melanie.
I'm Emily.
And this week we have a special guest with us. From the Angry Birds Drink Piss and the Angry Birds Movie podcast, we have...
Hello, my name is Josh, and am I allowed to say this is technically kind of the second time I'm here?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we can have some insight as to, the inner workings of podcasting and how hard it is, obviously.
Yeah, so pre-Christmas time, not pre the first Christmas, pre the previous Christmas.
Pre-Christ.
Yeah, pre-Christ. I was looking for a room at the inn, and in the meantime, we were supposed to be making this wonderful podcast, and I forgot to ask how it was being recorded, and did not record myself. So that posed a problem for the final product.
We tried to edit around it. I spent an hour looking at it like, oh, no, this isn't going to work.
Mel, did you just disappear?
What? No.
Why do you do that?
I'm right here.
Your whole voice just cut
here.
out. Okay.
Yeah, I could hear her.
God.
Everything I do is wrong. I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's all gonna be okay.
I stared at this podcast for about an hour and listened to it and listened to how incoherent it was that we were laughing at a ghost that wasn't there. Instead of prefacing the podcast with, we had someone whose audio dropped, so we sound crazy.
Honestly, I think release is like a bonus to this episode. Just his an hour and a half of us sounding crazy.
I'd be okay with that. Just edit the bullshit of it
or
together.
send it to me, and I will just say different stuff in the gaps.
That's true.
That's what we should have done.
If you do a real big laugh, I'll say
Hindsight.
something really sad and personal about my own life, so it sounds like you are psychopaths.
Well, if you need a bonus episode of your podcast.
That's true.
What we should do is we should both do bonus episodes where, we both do the kind of the same general thing. So like you get the audio and just put whatever you want in it, and then we try and cut it together and sound crazy. It can only go well.
I'm now worried that when you inevitably come on the Angry Birds Piss podcast, that you're going to sabotage it as an act of revenge.
No, I couldn't do that.
I'll just pretend I've never seen this movie, and I certainly haven't seen it like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, poor you.
Oh God, yeah. At this point, Jesus, it kind of like angers me how many times I have seen this movie now.
Oh, are you an angry bird?
Now that you've said it, I hate it, but I also can't.
Has it
deny
angered
that I'm
you
an angry bird.
to the extent that you would be willing to fire yourself from a catapult at your enemies?
Maybe.
Would you fire yourself at Rovio Entertainment Studios headquarters from a catapult?
I don't know if I could reach them from here, but I would certainly give it my good old college try.
Fun fact, Rovio is in Finland. Could you make it to Finland?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then we will not fire ourselves at Rovio Entertainment, who not only made the game Angry Birds, but also produced this movie and just is full of money. Their office must
Oh,
just
that's
be
right.
full of coins, and they swim in them.
Are you saying their officers are likely to have good structural integrity?
I'm likely to.
I assume that everything in the Nordic area
Well, I
has
mean,
good
I'm
structural
significantly closer to
integrity.
Finland, so I could always give it a go.
You could, you could probably make it. Is Finland the one on the outside, or is Finland closest? No, Finland's the one on the inside. So it's like Sweden, Denmark, and then Finland, right?
Oh
I'm
boy.
bad at geography.
One sec.
Please, ma'am, I'm a humble podcaster. I know nothing of the world.
How do you not have a map of Europe in your head constantly? Well, because I also had to think, I was like, well, why would the Russians... Fuck, it's Norway, Sweden, then Finland.
Ugh.
Denmark is in a totally different fucking place.
Denmark's a bit further south, isn't it?
Sorry. Yeah, it's like its own little nugget of
Ooh,
land.
nugget.
Sorry to literally nobody in the world that listens to this podcast outside of one person in fucking Burbank.
Hey, my parents
Hi,
listen
Ryan.
to this.
While we're talking about
do they?
Scandinavia, can I just say, do you guys know about Svalbard?
What is that?
It sounds familiar.
Svalbard is a massive island.
Oh wait, it's
But it's like owned by...
okay.
So it's technically a part of Norway. And it's like way up to the north. It's like hundreds of miles to the north of Norway. And it's really,
and it's
really
this
big.
Great.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But I didn't know it existed until, I'm going to say about 6 months ago. And it's a weird thing to
Really?
discover that exists because it is so big.
Well, yeah.
It's like it'll be like not knowing. Let's move on.
Oh boy.
A thing I do a lot is start an analogy before I have the analogy prepared.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I don't know why I know about it, but I do, and I think it's because of reindeer.
Yeah, I think they have that kind of thing. Yeah,
Well, they've got reindeers.
it's a very harsh
Is
climate.
it reindeers? Yes, I mean it's fucking Arctic.
They're up there with the cold boys.
Wait, is this where Frozen
Yes.
took place? That's what we're talking
Sure.
about, right?
What movie did we watch?
Well, at the start of the new Frozen 2 trailer, Elsa looks right into the camera and is just like, "This is
Welcome to
this is
Svalbard."
welcome to Svalbard.
Hey, you don't know. I don't know
Now-
where Frozen took place.
Please enjoy the trailer for Disney's Frozen 2."
I'm sad they didn't think of a good name for it. Like Frozen the Unthawing.
Why would they do that? The unfrozening.
Frozen, left out on the counter.
Thawed. Just
Just
thawed.
thawed.
Well, think about it, because everybody was fucking pissed that How to Train Your Dragon 3 isn't called How to Train Your Dragon 3.
Is it not?
People went on rants about it on the internet, and they were just like, well, they're breaking naming convention, and people were just like, here are 6 million franchise examples of breaking naming convention. Because I refer to it as How to Train Your Dragon 3 because that is literally how it was referred to in the studio, but it's actually How to Train Your Dragon: The Hidden World, and no one calls it that.
I think after the release of the 4th Purge film, which was called The First Purge, it's just a free-for-all now.
Oh, the Purge films is also a series of films that gets better. You, in theory, should only watch the 3rd and 4th Purge films, which is insane.
So it's like the Sharknado movies that you should only watch from 3 onward because the 3rd introduces David Hasselhoff and has Frankie Muniz as a character, while the first 2, they have the original cast.
Yes.
And, like, you get the first basic plot outline of Sharknado, but by the 3rd movie, they had to recast Finn Shepard's children. One of whom was named Matt, so Mel, you'll like this. Ryan and I were drunk and just swearing at the TV, and we're just like, fucking Matt! And, of course, out pops Matt from his room being like, why are you guys yelling at me? And we're like, we're not yelling at you, we're yelling at the stupid Matt on TV. You're stupid, too.
Sick dunk.
Sick burns.
I
Angry Birds, am I right?
I had one more thing that I wanted to.
Oh, do it.
So, Frozen 2
goodness,
reminded me of. I know it's not an animated film, but I wondered if you two had any thoughts on the Will Smith genie.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm
Fuck,
so sorry.
we don't have
I
time.
apologize for
This
bringing
is
that up.
I
a
had
special episode
repressed
about us
that.
reacting to the Will Smith genie.
Oh my god. Like, I understand that movie has to have at least 6 months of VFX left, but that was not a trailer-ready fucking shot.
It looks like a Snapchat filter.
I know. Well, I saw it because I had only seen still images, and I was like, okay, whatever, it's bad. And then I happened to see a GIF of it, and I had to watch it over and over. I was like, this can't be how it moves. So then I had to watch that part of the trailer because I thought maybe the compression of the GIF was just eating it. And I was like, this cannot be what they released to the world. And then they fucking did. And I'm offended. Like, we've released, not like we at DreamWorks, but like back in the VFX world, like, I know we've released shots that then went back for more iterations before they were finaled, but like, I am actually appalled that shot made it to the trailer.
Oh, you're making me look at it again, and this is shameful. He looks like a member of the
refuse to
Blue
look at it
Man
again.
group, but like motion captured. Where are his nipples?
awfully.
Does he not have nipples?
Like, that's like my level of motion capture if you gave me 2 Kinects and 4 hours.
Hey, don't be mad at the Kinect. The Kinect is a great motion capture device.
No, what I'm saying is I can do that in 4 hours with 2 Kinects. I have the rig still set up from college. Like, I can do it. And I can make it probably better.
His face. Like,
It's like Troll Land. Watching that trailer, I was like, I could blindfolded create something better.
When I brought up the Will Smith genie, I knew I was standing above the machine that is this podcast, and just dropping a wrench into it. I apologize.
the comic movie is going to ruin an entire season's worth of episodes when it comes out.
What?
Oh, those legs.
Chong movie. Oh, those legs.
Those muscular
The
legs.
Sonic movie?
Yeah, remember?
What about the Pokemon
No,
movie?
that's cute. That's cute stuff. I'm okay with it.
No, I will die.
The Pikachu looks good in it.
No!
What do you want? What's wrong?
I want... not everything has to be fucking fluffy. Like, Pikachu should have, like, that nice, like, smooth, almost like cat-like fur, but like a sleek cat. And instead they were just like, hey, what if we took a cat and fucking hair-dryered the shit out of it until it got puffy? And that's how they made Pikachu.
I feel like
Pikachu looks like a Pomeranian, and I hate it.
puffiness makes. I mean, maybe he realistically wouldn't be, but I feel like puffiness gives anything a degree of like. If the Will Smith genie was puffy,
Maybe
I would like him a little more.
If either of those characters were voiced by Danny DeVito, I would love it.
Oh, that's so true. If Danny DeVito played the genie in Aladdin, that would be worth money.
Oh God, I would see
They
it.
should have just reused
Like,
the Robin
when they
Williams
do-
dialogue and put it on a.
Contractually, they
Yeah,
cannot.
he was very good about making his contracts ironclad so he would not get his image thrown about post-mortem.
Oh, damn. Good
Yeah.
job, Robin.
Smart guy.
Well, it's, Disney knows their contracts, and they knew that they couldn't get away with it. And that's why Mulan, A, isn't a musical, B, isn't using characters from the animated movie, and C, is making people angry because Disney knows that in their contract they cannot have the original characters that were created for the animated Mulan, because then they would owe the creators money. So rather than owe anybody money, they're just scrapping it.
Oh boy. And they got Robin Williams voicing Mulan.
Yeah.
I like that.
And she's puffy.
No.
Robin
Why
Williams
is this
is
happening
Puffy
to me?
Mulan.
Why is this
All right, I'm gonna
happening?
be 2025.
2025? Give me like 8 minutes and I can have this.
All right, I'm excited for Puffy Mulan. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I can't have anything running on my laptop. Like I can't have overlapping programs. So if I'm gonna open up Maya, I've gotta quit the podcast.
Well, we'll soldier on without you if you think that this is worth your
Okay.
time.
It's really not because it'll take about 6 years for Maya to boot up. So yeah, put it at 2025.
All right, we've survived this long. It's time to actually talk about Angry Birds, a movie
Fine.
that exists, that was handled mostly in-house by game studio Rovio, but the animation was farmed out to Sony Pictures Imageworks in Vancouver, who hadn't done a fully animated film since Beowulf, the nightmare of a movie that involved letting a bunch of nerds motion capture an almost naked Angelina Jolie. Fun fact, the feathers are millions of hairs, and it took a long time to render because they're not feathers, they're hairs. Think about that fluffiness. Hairy bird.
Just get those puffy birds out there.
They did look really, really soft though.
Yeah, I really actually enjoyed the look and feel of this movie. There were a lot of great visual gags. I wanted to hug all the birds.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
would love to hug these birds.
Like if these were real, I would just be, squeezing them till their little eyes popped out in cartoonish fashion and they made some sort of like squeaky chicken noise.
I think they would just
Well, you know that's what would happen.
Yeah.
No, I
What?
think they would just explode.
Yeah, either that or they
No.
suffocate.
Okay, yes.
I'm not gonna
One
suffocate a
of-
bird.
one or two.
That's wrong. I hate birds though.
Birds.
Sorry. Well, it's because birds always attack me. Birds hate me, so I hate birds in self.
I mean, I was joking about suffocating the birds, but it seems like out of the two of us, you'd be definitely be more likely to really suffocate a bird.
No, because I hide from them. Like I will not be in proximity to a bird.
Birds are not good pets.
They'll just come the fuck at me. Like birds hate me.
Okay,
Now-
but imagine if they were all puffy and huggable.
Sentient.
True.
Where is Bird Island?
The ocean.
I believe it's very close to Bikini Atoll. And that explains the
Oh,
freakish
maybe.
nature of these birds.
That's true. I'd like to think that this, it's after all humans have died off, and that's why the birds have evolved this way to fill some evolutionary niche.
Mm.
Wait.
That's my favorite theory for shit. Yes, it's my same theory for fucking tumbleweed.
It's also the Cars theory.
Yeah, I was going to say, does the Angry Birds take place in the same universe and time frame as Cars?
I would
Yes.
love to see a war between the Angry Birds and the Cars from Cars.
Well, it's also like Mad Max Fury Road takes place at the same time that it's filmed. Like, what was that, 2016?
Yeah.
No, it was earlier. Well, so like it takes place in just 2016, but in Australia, where everything is weird.
Wholly accurate.
So like the rest of the world is like, hey, should we check out Australia? And it does like a quick cut to like any scene from Mad Max, and then cuts back to like people in America just being like, nah, they're all right. That's how I imagine Mad Max. Always and forever.
I would like to see a Mad Max Cars crossover.
Holy shit.
Would you have to, like, knock out a car that was sentient before you could get inside of it and drive it?
I feel like...
Better question. Are we going to get to see
the inside of the cars.
Tom Hardy? Yeah, well, the inside of the cars, but are we going to get to see Tom Hardy beat the shit out of Lightning McQueen?
No, I think they team up.
No, I want to see him like beat Lightning McQueen into submission though. Could you imagine Owen Wilson like on a cliff and just being like, "Wow," and then fucking Tom Hardy just drops him?
I don't. I would now like to see a scene in the normal Mad Max film, so where Tom Hardy just beats up a regular car.
I would pay good money for that.
He just actually fights a car.
Oh man, or cars gain some kind of sentience like Kit in Knight Rider. And like as Tom Hardy is working on this car, it's like, why are you doing this to me, Max? And he loses it and just beats the shit out of the car.
While we spent time thinking of that crossover, I did what we've been doing on our podcast recently and went to fanfiction.net to find the Angry Birds fanfiction, and here it is. It is a Naruto Sasuke / fiction in which Sasuke discovers the wonders of the game Angry Birds.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping that you would say I went to fanfiction.net and found a Cars Mad Max crossover.
I think we have to read that one.
I think we should write this Cars Mad Max crossover.
Well, I'm already rewriting My Immortal and finishing it.
I'm impressed.
So I'll put it on my to-do list.
That is a task.
Well, okay, so my favorite thing to do is introduce people to My Immortal, and then they're just like, what the fuck is this? So what I want to do is rewrite it to be like a normal teen romance, but exactly the same as it is. So like the dialogue doesn't change, but like it basically it just gets a little bit of formatting going and some spell check.
Copy editing My Immortal.
I'm copy editing. I am doing what what's your friend's name? Raven?
Yeah.
The one that's supposed to be editing, who then just drops out and they have a fight. Like in the fucking author's notes.
Yes.
Okay, I'm good. I fucking love My Immortal.
The fact that you have so much My Immortal lore stored away is a little terrifying.
You don't?
I have a little bit. I don't have as much as you do.
Josh, do you have any My Immortal lore stored away?
I've tried to stay away from it.
Oh.
But I did spend that time
buddy.
trying to think of a My Immortal sort of car-based movie, and I came up with My Immortal Engines.
Ooh.
Oh.
Sauce.
I haven't seen Mortal Engines yet, though, so I'd have to either read the book or watch the movie. And I don't know.
If you can bear it.
Ooh. Well, okay. I mean, it was the first film made like entirely in Wellington, and they're really proud of it. So I feel like I should see it.
I don't really know anything about
because-
it. It kind of looks like a.
Oh, that's all I know.
It kind of looks like a less fun
That
version of
and
Mad
its
Max.
cars. Okay. Mortal Engines crossover with Cars.
All right.
I like it. London eats the cars.
Lightning McQueen has to outrun it. I've never seen Cars. I only know the name of Owen Wilson Carr. Who I called Owen Wilson Carr up until like last weekend when I was constantly corrected.
Wow.
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 When was that? That was... Yeah, that was a couple weeks ago, actually. It was at a Super Bowl party. So, for the American football.
Oh, the band? Yeah, I love them.
Yeah. American football?
Yeah,
Is Lightning McQueen in the band American Football? Is that what we're saying?
I think so.
Sure.
You're right.
Yep, he is
Makes
now.
sense.
I'm confused. Angry Birds.
I would also like to tie Stephen, and I'm aware we haven't talked about the Angry Birds that much.
That's okay, we'll get to it.
I would like to incorporate Stephen King's Christine into this Mad Max, Mortal Engines, Cars universe somehow.
Oh, I like it.
And Herbie the Love Bug.
I'll allow it.
Ooh.
Oh.
What if it's like a rat race style?
Yes.
What's the word?
You don't even need to finish it.
Yeah.
Like we were there.
Like an ensemble
Ooh, it was
caper
like
kind
Redline.
of race movie.
More like Redline.
I don't know what Redline is.
Oh, holy shit. It is a really bizarre animated trip of a car race movie.
Oh, damn.
I can't describe it adequately. Even if you just watch a trailer for Redline, I saw a trailer. Oh, it's LA. Everybody listen.
Is that red line out there?
It's Redline out here. It's always Redline out here. No. Oh. It's okay. Sorry, hold on. I have to comfort my fucking dog real quick. Praline, no. Don't talk to them.
She wants the siren.
Come back in here. Come back in here. Well, she hasn't ever done this before, and now she's started like talking back to fire trucks and come here. She started talking back to fire trucks and ambulances, and I don't know why.
I think that dog called the cops.
Oh my god, okay. So, Mel, when you were here, did I have Praline? Yeah. Okay, so she started doing this thing where when we go out for walks, she's always like really intently sniffing things because she's a dog. But recently, she has started combining the sniffing and the fact that she points at things like she's a fucking hunting dog instead of a herding dog. And she was sniffing this car last night while two like real sketch-looking dudes were talking by it, sniffing the wheel wells, sniffing the trunk, and then looks at me and then points at it. And I'm like, nope. And I looked at my dog and I was like, stop being a fucking narc, and just hauled her away. I was like, they've got drugs in there or something in there, and I am not sticking around. Because the guy was like eyeing me because my dog was sniffing his car. And then my dog fucking points at his fucking trunk. And I was like, we're gone.
Oh,
we were never here.
I wonder what your dog was smelling.
I know. Were you a washed up drug dog? Hi.
She did once point at the toothpaste I had with me and was very insistent that she wanted it. So,
oh, drug toothpaste.
They may have just had a
She just points at things. Hi. Who's a good girl? Sorry. I love my dog. She's very good. Okay. Now you gotta lay down. She doesn't want to lay down. Okay. Have we exhausted our Cars lore and jokes?
Yeah, I think now we really need to just take it to the script.
This one's just gone to the, I would say to the birds, but I don't think that's the correct.
I'm imagining the scene I'm thinking of now is when Tom Hardy forces open Lightning McQueen's door, and and what would be inside? Would it be organs? Would it be machinery?
So the cars have big tongues, which implies that there might be cars.
Ew, what?
Yeah, Lightning McQueen sticks out his tongue, so does Mater.
No.
Good
oh, yeah, because yeah.
Ew.
Like,
no.
what's going to be in there?
Oh, Jesus Christ. But, okay, but when you open up, it's weird, because there's a scene that they cut out of Cars. All I know about Cars is Owen Wilson is a race car. And they cut this scene out. And the scene is Lightning McQueen has to do manual labor as, like, punishment for whatever he's done or, like, whatever law or rule he's broken. And so he's just like, well, how am I going to do that? And he, like, wakes up and they've, like, taken the engine out of the red car that is him and put it into, like, a backhoe. And he comes to consciousness as a backhoe staring at the fucking corpse shell of his own body.
My God.
Oh, God, I can see why they cut that.
See, I can't.
So
I
the
love
engine
it.
is the brain, maybe.
Yeah, but it's also kind of like their soul. So they're machines still. Much like Chappie.
We got to get Chappie in this movie as well.
It is a machine with a conscience. We know we're supposed to be talking about Angry Birds, but basically it just became a pitch meeting for the best crossover universe
Imagine
ever.
this in a trailer. Lightning McQueen, like, spins in front of the camera. What is that called? Like a handbrake? It's not called a handbrake term. What is it? whatever it is, he drifts in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And out steps Tom Hardy as Mad Max, and then says, "This is the place." And the passenger side door opens. Out steps Chappie.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh, Chappie can be all gangster, finally!
Oh my god, Chappie!
And then Chappie unexpectedly takes out, what is this? It's a magic lamp.
No!
Chappie rubs the lamp. Will Smith Genie.
Chappie, no! You ruined my movie!
And then we killed Chappie.
That's it. Chappie has to die.
Chappie must die. Or it's like Chappie dies in the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my dog.
Yeah, Chappie dies, and then the next one is like Star Trek 3. It's they try and get Chappie back.
And there's a space whale.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there has to be a space whale. Whales. Just like in Delgo, there were flying whales.
Oh, no. No more Delgo. Delgo doesn't exist.
It does, though. Dell and NVIDIA technology enabled people. I don't know, I'm just reading our notes. So.
Let's
Sorry.
skip the production notes. We're already into it. It's been 40 minutes.
I have one more hour. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yes. We can make this go. We can do this quick. I'm just gonna run through this block because people know about Angry Birds. So there were a lot of different birds in this film, and it took the people at Sony ImageWorks a lot of computing power to do things like range of motion, building a setting around the characters, adding leaves to trees, doing water simulations because they're on an island. Hold on, my roommates are home and now I have to close the door. This is going really well for me. No dog.
You
here.
say water simulations, but there are other fluids involved, I just want to say.
Yes.
Yes, there are other fluids, and I'm sure that we are going to have that conversation in approximately, I think we can get there in like 20 minutes.
100%.
So, yeah, they had a really kick-ass render farm. They had Dell and NVIDIA technology, and they had 1,000 render work nodes. I'm trying to think of a good... I mean, they were workstations. We've used these before. They're just the Dell Precision ones. And they were rendering with 40,000 cores. It was a really, really enormous undertaking to make this movie work. And they had a really great setup using remote desktop technology that I am familiar with. So their teams in SoCal and Vancouver were able to work together and make this whatever this movie was.
Totally fair. And with that, we are ready to think about how much money this movie made, because it made hella money. So, there was...
At least 3.
Yes, it made 3 money, but in fact, Rovio covered the $73 million production cost, most likely from the profits of the original Angry Birds, which was so much money, and the $100 million studio tab for marketing. The box office was $352 million worldwide, not counting all of the licensing that assuredly went on with the release of multiple games in this series, the toys that came out. It was a marketing blitz. It spun off into an animated series. This thing has made them so much money that they're making an Angry Birds too.
Yeah, is there a trailer for that
Yes.
yet?
There is?
Really?
I'm pretty sure I've seen it, so...
I feel like I should know about the Angry Birds 2 trailer. I gotta get on this.
That's very true.
Yeah. Angry Birds 2.
No, it's a trailer for the game. I lied.
Wait. Yeah, okay, you're right. Sorry. Yeah, movie made hella money. People really enjoyed it. And we want to dive into the plot and do like the fastest rundown ever of this so we can get to the only scene that matters.
Yes, 101%.
All right.
A reclusive, temperamental outcast bird named Red lives in a village on Bird Island with other flightless birds. When his temper causes a premature hatching of another bird's egg, He's sentenced to take an anger management class. Red's classmates, Chuck, the yellow bird, and Bomb, the bird that looks like a bomb, try to befriend them, but Red, the red bird, avoids them. The world is out to get Red, and I feel genuinely bad for him.
Yeah.
A lot of his anger
Already-
is justified.
It really is. He's had a rough life. My first thought was that everything in this movie was beautiful, and the foliage was beautiful, and it was way better than The Good Dinosaur, which had realistic foliage, and that was like a gross movie, so...
I loved the stylization and the way that they took the characters from the game, which are just circles and triangles, and made them into actual shapes.
3D. I mean, it's just extruding a triangle.
Okay.
Sorry to ruin it. And you just cover it in feathers and make it look cute.
But you could, based on those original character designs, I can quite see there being an alternate version of this movie where they look disgusting.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, they had a really solid art team that was working with Rovio and with Sony so that they could make something that everybody would be proud of. And apparently, I know somebody that animated on this, and apparently it was super fun to animate on.
I don't doubt it.
And why? Yeah, so, wait. Yeah, everybody makes fun of Red, and it's like, I guess, apparently all because of his eyebrows.
Yes, he does have very large eyebrows.
I love them, though.
They're very cute.
They're just, like, thick and beautiful, like the woolly bear caterpillar. My favorite caterpillar.
Poor Red. Poor Red. I would love a toy that you squeeze it and he says, "Go pluck yourself."
That would be great.
Be my ideal.
That would be fantastic. And this is puffiness done right. They're just fluffy, cute parrots. Basically, they're flightless parrots. And they're just super squishy and soft. And I agree with Red. He hates people, and that's totally fucking fair. And I would hate living with these people too.
Also in this segment, there's an orgy joke. It's a statue that is a pile of birds doing something. And I just want to point that out.
Yes.
I was like, "Oh, wow, this is for kids."
He walks by, he says, "That's exotic," right?
Yes.
That's exotic. You're like, oh, okay. What was their teeth? They sometimes have teeth, and I hate that.
That's true. They gotta make a decision. No teeth is much better. I don't think that we're supposed to have teeth for comedy reasons.
The one that springs to mind is when Chuck like smashes through that brick wall, and there's that especially nasty bit where like one of his teeth like dangles and then falls out.
Yeah.
Not a fan of that part.
No.
No. I mean, you see it in a lot of like old cartoons that happens all the time, but it's a little.
They should have gone for the full
3D
thing where
when
like
it's
his
a bird.
teeth became piano keys.
Yes. That's just a gag, and it's not disgusting.
Although I guess that's only when a piano falls on someone's head, and then in the crash, the keys somehow make their way into their mouths and line up as teeth.
Yes, they go straight through their skull from the top and into like through the roof of their mouth, pushing out their other teeth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just some body horror.
I'd like to see a reboot of Tom and Jerry where, in the first time that something that would kill a real animal happens to Tom or Jerry, that they do just die.
Yes.
And the rest of the series is about the other character coping with that.
Yeah. It's weird.
It is. Also,
I'm okay with
there's
it.
Shit jokes, there's vomit jokes, there's a nut shot. Like, the first 20 minutes of this movie have everything you don't want to see in an animated kids film all at once.
Are you sure? Because I feel like that's what people expect American audiences to want in an animated kids film.
That's what they expect, but do I want to see a vomit joke? Do I want to see a shit joke? Not really.
What's the vomit joke?
Oh god.
Doesn't the mother bird?
Oh, they're feeding.
Yeah,
The mother bird's feeding, and you like see them vomit, and you're like, "What?
It's a
Oh,
sight gag.
no! Why would you do that?" But it's also a bird
It's
joke,
true. It is a
so
bird
it is
joke.
technically relevant. Um, I still have this note, and it's just Red and I are the same. We just want to be loved, but we are alone.
It's true.
It continues to be relevant. Moving on.
One day,
Let's talk about pigs.
a boat docks at the island shore, destroying Red's house. The birds are greeted by green pigs and their captain Leonard, who claims to be peaceful explorers, bringing offerings of friendship. The pigs ingratiate themselves with the birds by introducing them to various innovations, notably a giant slingshot, lest ye forget that that's how the game works. But beginning to overwhelm the island with the sheer number of pigs that they manage to stuff onto their boat, Red becomes suspicious.
It's like the Trojan horse of bacon.
The pigs are jerks.
I don't like the pigs.
Yeah.
I don't like how they look.
Fuck the pigs.
I don't like how they act. If it was my choice, get these pigs out of here.
I don't like the jiggle physics. Yeah.
The pigs are just green minions.
Oh, yeah, they're very clearly patterned after minions to sell some toys. So the pigs show up on the island. Red is suspicious. The pigs are like winning over the birds because the birds are really fucking stupid, just like any flightless parrot species that exists in the world. They just are made to go extinct, unfortunately. And yeah.
The pigs look suspiciously like minions.
Yes.
I feel like the pigs are very clearly patterned after minions.
Yes. And I can't decide if it would be better or worse if these animals, like if the pigs and or the birds had buttholes.
Oh,
Kind of
why
like
would
Secret
you?
Life of Pets.
Oh, I was
I
thinking
think
like
worse.
pom-pom pudding.
I don't.
Really? You wouldn't want some pig butthole? Never mind. I don't like it either.
I mean, that's not but again.
I did not get any of that. You want to know what we can do while he's getting his stuff or
What?
like doing whatever he's doing? We'll skip talking about the piss. So they go to Pig Island, and then we can just focus on it when he comes back.
Okay.
Okay.
Birds.
So yeah,
The birds
fast.
discover the pigs living in a walled city ruled by Mudbeard. The birds use the slingshot to attack by launching themselves over the walls and into the city's buildings, destroying them. Red, Chuck, and Bomb discover the eggs inside a net being lowered into a giant pot. The pigs are planning to cook and eat them? Mighty Eagle arrives to retrieve Red's group of the eggs, but having had a change of heart after witnessing their efforts. One egg falls out of the net and Red battles King Mudbeard for it, but learns to control his anger and distracts Mudbeard long enough to retrieve the egg. An explosion from Bomb ignites the pig's reserves of dynamite, but Red is protected, shielded from the blast, and carrying the egg out of the city as it is destroyed around him.
Huzzah!
Oh,
Oh, he's in.
winner.
I'm back. Can you hear me
You
now?
are still very crunchy.
Very robot-y.
Chappy?
It is Chappie. Chappie has come to guest.
We're recording with Chappy.
I love Chappie.
Ooh. Hello? Oh boy.
I think
Buddy?
Can
I
you
think this
can
is
you
it.
hear me? Can you hear me at all?
Yes!
yes.
Yes, we can hear you now. No, vaguely, but less.
So much less.
Oh no.
I think
No, Josh, come back. Oh my god.
I can't believe this. I can't fucking believe this.
I can't believe you've done this. I don't know what's a pause now and like what is lost. Sure.
You weren't happy there.
Yes, sentient
Yes,
computer.
but I only got the last bit. You were just like, okay, I'm going to, and then there was silence, and then some robot noises, and then are you there?
We're so polite. Okay.
The race is on to finish the Angry Birds podcast for the 4th time.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi,
Like myself, or do I sound like...
chap.
Wait, give him a second. Give him a second.
I'm giving him
I'm transitioning.
a little bit.
When my voice is clear, I'll say, I gotta go real quick. Chappie's...
The Angry Birds drink piss in this movie, and they drink it real good.
Yes.
Piss. 50 times.
I
said there were...
I like that the word that came through clearly there was just piss. And then it's just like,
piss.
they do. This sequence was approved. It got creative approval. It got story approval. It got fucking storyboarded. It was modeled, laid out, lit, and rendered. And it was probably the most worked on sequence in the whole goddamn movie.
It was beautiful. That's the worst part.
When I...
Yeah.
My robot brain, my creator and
Oh boy.
Yes, Chappie.
Oh, Chappie, no.
Chappie.
the Angry Birds movie I am today.
What? Hugh Jackman? What?
Hugh Jackman does drink piss.
Huge.
I wish you guys could see this. I wish you guys could see it because, like, I'm just leaning into my phone like it's gonna help, just kind of like cradling it and praying that it works.
This has been Animated
Oh.
Opinions, a podcast with technical difficulties.
Now wait, we're gonna finish this goddamn thing in one go. Everybody gets together, the birds hatch, everybody's happy, the birds rebuild Red's house, the pigs... hi, Chappie! The pigs survive, and Mudbeard is gonna steal the birds' eggs again. And, yeah, everybody got their kid back except for the one parent, and everybody just kind of forgot about it. And then the movie wraps up, and then they established a sequel in a way that makes sense to everybody somehow. And the Angry Birds drink piss in the Angry Birds movie. And there's a game.
There's so many games.
It's based on a goddamn game where you just fling fucking birds at shit.
The best version of Angry Birds is the Dave and Buster's version of Angry Birds that barely works, where you're like legitimately flinging real toys at the screen.
I have no idea what it is. Bring back Chappie. He's the only good part of this podcast right now.
Chappie is based on a game where you
It's like-
throw Chappie at Hugh.
Oh, so close. I heard most of that joke. It was very funny.
Oh, I love it. Honestly, it's pretty fucking great.
2000.
Oh, this is great.
Chappie will be called the first Chappie.
The first Chappie?
Of the third Chappie movie.
Oh.
Okay, so the third Chappie movie is the first
Got
Chappie. Got it.
Chappie
Okay,
voiced
so-
by Robin Williams. And Chappie is now a...
Chappie is the blue genie?
I thought
Face is just pasted onto Chappie's.
yes.
I could probably comp that real quick.
I would love to see it. I love Chappie.
I think I could manage.
Will Smith Chappie.
Will Smith Chappie?
Smith?
I would be there for
Will
it.
Chap?
Will Chap. Can we get somebody named Chapman?
The fresh Chappie of Bel Air.
Oh, that's it. That's done.
Oh, fuck. That comes through
they just
fucking clear.
Verbatim with Chappie instead of Will Smith.
I love it.
Yeah, I still want, we were talking about how we need Chappie t-shirts, and we were talking about, I think it would be great if we had Chappie crop tops, and it had like cute anime Chappie with like the heart, like ooh eyes, and it just said like fuck mother on it. I think that would be exactly what we need.
So I'm making a Chappie shirt is what I'm hearing, and I'm very into it.
Everybody gets Chappie. That's the only merch in the store. It's Strange Magic and Chappie.
Movies that we can't get sued for making illicit merch of.
Well, I mean, nobody saw fucking... Oh, they do make Chappie shirts.
Are they legal, though?
Well, one says Redbubble,
No.
so I assume not.
Redbubble is where you go to do illegal shirts.
Redbubble is where you go to do the illegal things.
No, Redbubble should, in theory, be shut down because it's 99% copyright violations.
Oh, I was not aware of
Yes.
this. Well, I guess I've learned a thing today.
That's our podcast on
Not as much as Chappie learned.
Chappie learned a lot of things.
Damn it.
I know. Fuck.
World in all kinds of ways.
Yes. Chappie's doing a heckin' good learn there.
Going around the world learning things, and sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong.
But he's doing his best, and that's all that matters.
Chappie saw the Aladdin trailer, and Chappie thinks that's what a genie looks like.
Josh, are you just talking
Poor
in the
Chappie.
hopes that we could hear you?
Yes!
Honestly, I'm here for it. I support this. Oh no.
Well.
Oh no.
If you're listening this far into the episode, please stop and go listen to the Angry Birds Drink Piss and the Angry Birds Movie podcast. Available on all good podcast services. Also available on Twitter and the rest of the internet. I promise you, Josh is actually on that podcast and not just a series of fun robot noises.
Yeah, Josh is not actually a robot named Chappie. We promise.
Now I think you're just fucking with us.
I think it's the words that come through that really just make it.
I can't wait to come through.
Oh no.
We're also sponsored by the Save Josh Fund, which will save him from his low latency internet, or his high latency internet. Whatever your ping is, it's terrible.
My
Are you
internet
sure
is
it's
running
him?
through Chappie internal process.
Maybe. I mean, I thought I had really shitty internet. I mean, I do have really shitty internet, but like, woof. Is what? I'm gonna cry.
It's okay.
I just wanted
I will edit
Josh
this
to
one.
be our friend. Okay. R.I.P.
What?
Don't laugh. It's you what? Oh, he dead.
Okay.
Well, We love you, Josh. Thanks for being on our podcast.
Thank you for sticking with our podcast and listening to it. This has been Animated Opinions. I'm Melanie.
I'm Emily.
Yes! Winner.
I'll take it.
That works. I'm saving this project. I'm closing out of this Anchor recording so it can actually save. Thank you, Chappie.
Fucking same. Bye, Chappie.
It was good.